Boy, I am filming with sound. You know who it is, everybody. I'm back once again with another video. Today I'm showing you how I achieve these butterfly braids. I have seen this style all over Instagram. A lot of people have been using water wave for it, which is cute. I like it. It's a bit shinier. It gives you more of like a curly look, especially towards the ends. But I decided I was going to try something a little different and something that I feel like has more of like a natural look to it. The hair I'm using today is by Mayde Beauty. It is the 2X Soft Twist hair. And I really like this because I feel like it gives it a really natural look. It may look similar to Marley hair, but it is different because it does have more texture and it gives you more of that butterfly look that you need for butterfly braids. This hair is 20 inches, but I wanted to be a little extra and extended. So the braids that I have are probably more like 40 because I almost doubled it. You don't have to go that long. If you're cool with 20, then just stick to the length that you have. But I wanted to be extra, so I did a little more, and of course you're gonna need more hair in that case. Alright, jumping right into my crazy before look. Once upon a time, I knew how to braid my hair, and then I stopped doing individuals, I stopped braiding my hair, and now I cannot grip my hair to save my life. So with that being said, I will be using the rubber band method, which I know I said previously I am totally against because I have bad experiences with black rubber bands. So instead of using those, I am using these clear rubber bands that are made of some kind of elastic. I'm not sure, but I have a link in the description box below. Also, to sleek my roots, I am using the infamous Shine and Jam. And to keep the moisture locked in for my already dry and slightly damaged ends, I am using an old favorite, Blue Magic. Okay, so of course, first I am taking the Shine and Jam and I'm just going to put that around the perimeter of this section. Clearly I've done all the other sections. I just left this one for you guys to see exactly what I'm doing. Once that's done, I'm going to smooth it out with a brush. And now it's time for the rubber band. Now what I like about these rubber bands is that they don't break easily, but at the same time you could also easily break these with your hand. I know that sounds weird, but basically like they're super stretchy and they're also super smooth. With that being said, they can slide down, but I'm going to show you guys what I do to prevent that. But I do feel like these are less likely to have my hair all tangled up around the rubber band. Also, I forgot to mention, I'm doing this on freshly washed and blown out hair, which is why my hair is so straight. Probably shouldn't have done that. It was a little too straight for this style. But yeah, it's up to you. If I had to do it over again, I probably would have just did like some chunky braids and let my hair air dry that way so that I'll have some texture in my hair versus having it so blown out. And here is my parting pattern. I have this one at the front. At what part of my head is this? I don't know. You can see it. So I have 3 on each side of the front. And then here's how the back looks. Remember, these are going to be some jumbo braids, so I have really big parts. Alright, so I'm taking my Blue Magic, adding it to the ends. I know some people are anti-grease, whatever floats your boat. This is just what I do. And I only apply it to the ends of my hair. Now, because you know I am a crochet queen, I'm going to take my crochet hook, stick it down the middle of that section. I'm going to take a single strand of the soft twist hair. I'm hooking that into the crochet hook, closing the latch, pulling it through, and instead of looping it like you would normally do crochet, I'm just going to pull one side of that hair through and match it up to the other side so they're the same length. Now, as you can see, this matches my hair like pretty perfectly, like the texture of it, which, like I said, I wish I hadn't blown my hair out so much, but the color is perfect. This is the number 2, which apparently is my color. And the reason I'm crocheting this in is just to kind of give it an anchor. So in addition to the rubber band, you have that piece that's under the rubber band that's going to kind of lock it in. I just feel like it's less likely to slide down that way. Now I am taking more of the hair. Now how much hair you want to start with is up to you. If you want less of a knot at the top, then use less hair. I actually wanted a little bulk at the top so that it's not so small and then gets bigger. I don't like that look, so I made it kind of thick at the top. I am not anti-knot. These are not knotless braids that I'm going for, so there you go. Now as I move down, I am adding strands of hair, so I'm feeding in hair, probably about 3 or 4 pieces as I go down to thicken the braid and to help cover my hair. And once it gets to about the thickness that I like, I just keep braiding down. And once you've made it maybe 3 or 4, once you've braided 3 or 4 times and you feel like it's tight enough at the root, you can kind of loosen up your grip, because remember, you are going to butterfly these braids, and you want to make sure they have a little slack for you to work with. If you're not sure what I'm doing with this feed-in method, I'm going to show you a close-up of that and break that down really soon. Just hold tight. Now once you start getting towards the end of this hair, if you want it to be longer, you're going to start once again feeding in hair, and you're going to continue to feed that hair in until it's to the thickness that you want it. Alright, so we're just going to braid that all the way down to the length that you desire. And now we're going to take those black rubber bands that I said I'm against and put them on the bottom of these. Alright, so before you put your rubber band on, you want to make sure you butterfly the braid, because as you butterfly it, it's going to get shorter. So you kind of get an idea of exactly what length it's actually going to be after you've done that, and then you can add the rubber band. So all you're doing is grabbing either side of the braid and just pulling it apart. You can pull it apart as much as you want to, you know, without pulling the hair out. And once you're done, just add that black rubber band to the end. Of course, I want to use the black instead of the clear elastic bands that I use on my hair because they're less likely to show. So I do have regular black rubber bands for the ends of these braids. Alright, now that that is done, let's get a little closer so I can show you guys how to feed this hair in. I'm going to start from the beginning. After that first piece of hair is crocheted in, you may want to kind of separate it to help cover your hair, especially if it's a really thick section. So that's what I'm doing, just, you know, spreading that piece out to make it blend a little better. And now I'm going to take the rest of the hair. You can see how I'm just draping it over that piece. So the piece with my hair, I'm just draping the hair over that. So my hair is going to be in the middle. Then I'm just going to start braiding. And I'm going to try to keep it tight at the root, as I said before. And then once I feel like it's nice and locked in, I'll start loosening my grip. Please excuse how dry and ashy my hands are. I never imagined that my hands would be this dry and scaly, but between the pandemic, my dog, moving back to the East Coast, my hands are just really going through it, so don't judge me. And then I got the nerve to have some acrylics, like I'm cute. Anyway. Alright, so at this point, I decided I'm going to start adding hair. I especially want to focus on that piece with my hair in it because there's really only one little piece of hair, so I want to keep adding to that. So at this point, you see I have my 3 pieces, and I'm adding this piece to the middle piece and to that side piece which has my natural hair in it, like so. And then when I twist this other piece, I hope this makes sense. Just watch and learn. That is gonna lock that in. Then I'm gonna twist it again. We're just braiding, it's just normal braiding. And now it's really in there. At this point, I'm gonna add another piece. So you see you have two sides. One side goes to the middle, one side goes to that outer piece. And then that opposite piece, you're gonna twist around the middle, and you're gonna twist the other side around it. You're just braiding, it's so easy. I promise it's so easy. I would not be doing it if it wasn't, because Lord knows all my braiding skills have gone out the window. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep braiding down. And the good thing about this style is that, I mean, it's a distressed look, so it's supposed to look kind of raggedy. So there's some room for error. Don't take it too serious. And now I'm gonna show you guys how I add the hair to the end. As you can see, I'm coming to the end of this length of hair and I want it longer. So I'm gonna start adding more pieces, and I'm just using that same feed-in method. And I'm gonna speed this up a little bit, but you'll see that I'm basically just adding hair until the thickness matches the thickness of that top. Just make sure you don't get too far down. You don't want to start getting to the tapered part and start adding hair, because then you're gonna have a weird spot in the middle of your braid that's like extra thin, and you don't want that. So just before that hair starts to taper off, you want to start adding more hair to add to the length. All right, so you guys know the rest. At this point, I'm gonna butterfly the hair out, just pull it apart, and I'm gonna add my rubber band at the length that I desire. Now, as you can see, the ends look kind of crazy. I mean, I feel like the water wave looks kind of crazy too, but it's curled, so it's a little more uniform, and this is not. If you know this is your thing, you like this look, you can leave it here. You trim it a little bit, but I actually wanted to do kind of a pom-pom blunt kind of look thingy. So here I am showing you how I cut all these pieces. Basically, figure out the length, and I'm just taking these scissors and doing like just little small chops and just going up and down. It's really hard because it's so long. If you can get somebody else to help you, that would be ideal. But yeah, I'm just kind of like bouncing the scissors up the strands so that it's blunt, but it's not too blunt. And it gives you kind of this like pom-pom is really the best way that I can describe it, but you see it. And after this, I just added some jewels and everything to jazz it up, and here's the finished look. Let me know in the comments below, what is the longest hair that you've ever worn? Because I think this is the longest that I've ever gone, and I like it, but it's gonna take some adjustment. But alright, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and the notifications bell so you don't miss a thing. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next video.